So I just played This Is the Police. This is a strategy game where you play as the chief of police, Jack, in his last 180 days before retirement. By day you manage officers, answer calls, investigate crimes, and try to take down criminal gangs. And by night you deal with all the stuff going on outside of your work. And there is certainly no shortage of drama in Jack's life. Something I like about this game is Jack, the player character. Even when he's sitting in the living room of one of the most dangerous criminals in town, he still has this dry, sarcastic tone about him, as if his years in the police force has desensitized him to mortal danger. The investigation mechanic is also done very well, having you read evidence to try and put all the pieces together to solve the crime and lock up whoever was responsible. You'd think that that would be the detective's job, but they're the ones who find the evidence to begin with, and let's be honest, they're not being paid to do two things. The aesthetic of the game is pleasing enough. They use very low detail drawings for the cutscenes and a plain city model for the interface. However, this is where I'm going to get into the things that I didn't like about this game. First of all, some of the cutscenes run on for far too long, which would be fine if they had a lot going on, but some of these cutscenes could have been cut down by a third if it wasn't for all the overlong pauses. Also, while the story itself is interesting, some of the gameplay itself gets a tad repetitive. It all really boils down to read the crime, pick the best cop you can afford to send, and away you go. Well, away they go to fight crime. You stay at the office and, eat donuts. You also have several external entities that you need to keep happy if you want to succeed in the game. One of them is City Hall, who within the first week actually asked me to fire all my black cops. No joke, that was an actual request they made after racist groups started running rampant around the city. And then they got mad at me because I refused to do it. However, it could be argued that parts like this are meant to be up to you, like moral choices. And if there's one thing that this game does really, really well, it's moral choice. Occasionally, organised criminals will give you a call and tell you that they're about to commit a crime and offer you money if you turn a blind eye and agree not to send any cops. And that crime pops up on your radar just like the rest of them. But what do? You really should send cops because that's your job, that's what you're there to do. And not sending anyone to these organised crimes will usually always result in a civilian getting killed. But then again, you are coming up to your retirement and you have a saving goal of $500,000. You could really use that money too, because let's face it, your usual salary isn't going to get you there. If you're a fan of simple real-time strategy with good story, then this game could be appealing, but honestly, I found myself getting somewhat bored and unable to play for any longer than an hour at a time. However, that could be a perfectly reasonable playtime session for some, so go check it out. Just don't pirate it. It's bad enough you have to send police to help in gang wars, you really don't want to be sending them to your own house too.